of that. Let me take you, we're going to be looking at the news cycle and see what the various papers have for us this morning. I want to take you to ChannelOneNews.com. All right, so let's go straight to ChannelOneNews.com. We'll take later look at CityNewsroom.com as well. All right, so on ChannelOneNews.com, we have a few headlines here. Hohoe constituency. Will Amewu's 4 years outshine NDC's 28-year legacy? Well, it's a question that ChannelOneNews.com is asking on this story. Election observers raise security concerns in Boku ahead of 2024 polls. Criticize Supreme Court with caution, Kufour is advising. The next one says, stop undermining development contributions of past governments, Kufour tells politicians. And of course, yesterday, the former president came on to give us extensive conversations on his thoughts as we approach elections. Bawumia's commitment to excellence will ensure Ghana fulfills its potential, Prof. Eche Sekanku there speaking. If we can just quickly take a look at some headlines on citynewsroom.com. We have here Tewu TUC to strike today over unaddressed conditions of service. All right, so that's what we have leading there. Kufour urges restraint in Supreme Court criticisms. We also have Bawumia will revive Ghana's economy if elected, and this says Kufour. And we also have respect election outcomes to preserve democracy. Again, the former president speaking, and I'll give you one more from the former president. NDC condemns unsavory and distasteful attacks on Kufour. All right, so those are some of the headlines we have on our various portals. So that's citynewsroom.com, ChannelOneNews.com. Visit them for your credible news updates. Also, just a quick reminder that elections.citynewsroom.com is that place to go for all your full comprehensive updates on every election that has taken place in Ghana since the 1992 election, all right? And everything, parliamentary, presidential, all the details you need, and various analysis also on the portal as well. Right, well, we have the printed media here, and to help me go through the various print media this morning is our head of news right here at Channel One TV and 97.3 CDFM, Vivian Kailoko, looking as gorgeous and as resplendent as ever. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Kuku.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah.
Good weekend?
Very good. Yes, good weekend.
Okay.
Great weekend, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what qualifies the great?
Oh, I mean,
Are you? This is Quine Chain.
Oh no! I mean, I can say, Saturday we went for the Matrix.
Matrix Fest, yes.
I had a little bit of a book reading at the event, and I played some guitar to support Apioko as well. So I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Creatives.
Yeah. But you're saying creatives as if you're not one.
Part of it. You are part of the association. Creatives Association of Channel One TV.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's a lovely association.
It's actually a very interesting title. Yeah, Creative Association of Channel One TV.
So it's also. Hey. We are creative. That one too.
Oh well.
So you play the guitar.
Yes, I do.
And then you did some reading from your book, right? Well done.
It's really interesting.
And well done,
finally up on Amazon.com as well. My book.
Oh, yes. Brilliant!
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. And when is the second one?
Second one by.
That's May, right?
By March.
March. Okay.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not easy like that.
No, you've done well. It's always the first step.
Yeah.
And then continuing with the steps.
Yeah.
I mean, you trip, you fall, you faint, whatever, but getting up and continue the baby steps, you know. That's it. Consistency.
Exciting
so well done.
Thank you.
You inspire all of us.
You want to start off?
Yes, I'll start with the daily graphic. It says majority to vote on policies. Voters prioritize manifesto in graphic polls. Still with Daily Graphic, explore debt for nature swap to address galamsey. This is an expert speaking. And then police inaugurates 3 new stations in Eastern Region. It has a picture of the IGP, Dr. George Kufour. And then finally, sign peace pact, U.S. ambassador to political parties.
Yeah.
And then at the back page of the Daily Graphic, one that I'm excited about, Hearts, Pip, Karela, and Tamale. Phobia, no size. So that's from the Daily Graphic.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's go to the Ghanaian Times. And we have here government to support National College of Defense Studies. It's coming from the president. Farmer jailed 18 months for stealing Akpeteshi distilling pipe. Okay. Now also could we have for what reason? Eh? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to use it to also distill.
He's going to distill something.
Or sell it to somebody who will distill.
Maybe that's one. Sure. Election 2024. EC reprints ballots for Ahafo and Volta regions over serialization errors. Affected ballots shredded and burnt. Okay, so those are some of the headlines we have as the front page of the Ghanaian Times. On the back page, we have Black Stars chase face-saving win over Niger today. I don't think any kind of win will save any kind of face. That's just my opinion.
Black Stars are Ololo.
Oh, we are out. Yeah.
Are you coming to disturb us this morning?
We are out.
Well, please.
But it says face-saving win. I don't know what face-saving win are we talking about.
Well, I heard Nathan.
In fact, a win over Niger will even be more annoying. It will be more injurious.
I heard Nathan and Akutu this morning trying to do calculations, passing.
It won't work.
Let's just move on with our lives. Let's now think of the elections and move on from this in terms of sports.
I know. Yeah. Anyway,
I'll take you to the news center.
You know, Kusiapia is going for the AFCON.
Oh yes.
We are not going.
Oh yes.
But we threw him away as if he was born.
That's typical Ghanaian. That's very Ghanaian, very typical. So it's what it is. News Center, Kufour touts Bawumia's credentials as ideal leader for Ghana. Election security watertight, IGP Dampare assures while commissioning 3 state-of-the-art model police stations in Eastern Region. Ghana Guard saves $250 million by replacing expatriates. This is Dr. Santi speaking. And President Kufour to commission over 80 educational projects nationwide. And finally, with the news center, YEA distributes industrial sewing machines in Western Region.
All right. Let's go to the Herald newspaper. And on the front page of the Herald, we have Minerals Commission and others caught up in dirty bribery controversy over Newmont, Achim, and Bogoso Prestige mines. We have Jospon Group outlines green transition initiatives at COP29, Azerbaijan. Builds electric waste trucks and goes into smart agriculture. Now, you see this Jospon Group. This Jospon Group, yeah, people. But it's almost like we can create and birth great people and great interventions for others, but we will be suffering with the interventions that the people in the world are being blessed from Ghanaians. We will be suffering from problems that is like we can't seem to solve our own.
I mean,
things.
if you look at the Rwandan case, most of the things that have been done are because Ghanaians are in charge.
So it's incredible.
I don't know why it doesn't work in Ghana when they come back home.
The spirits here are very wild, pa. That must be the
I think we talk too much and little. We have a lot of problems. We think we know everything. We like to talk much and do little. Yeah, and so we procrastinate. We leave things to the last minute. We don't plan. When we plan, we find it difficult to implement. We have the best of the laws, but we can't enforce them. So we are just like every other person, but every other person puts in much effort to change things. That's the difference. But I think there are more people in our population who don't want to take that initiative, and less people. So the more have taken over. So that's what.
But you see, Vivian, it's really, and you see, it's I think it's also not everybody needs to take initiative. We just need a few strong leaders to take charge of spaces. But it's like we are paying people to be in charge of things they say they can do. Pay them to be in charge of that, and they are not doing their thing.
So it tells you that it's not only...
And we're not punishing them for not doing their thing.
It's not only about having a few good leaders. What I've come to realize, even not just national, but in our everyday whatever, a few strong leaders can start and put people in order, but not for long, for a period of time. Because if the people don't reform, if they don't change, if they don't fall in line with the leader's vision, and the leader keeps whipping people in line, after a while, the leader will get fed up and move on. You can't do it all. You need allies to really push what you can't do it alone.
It comes back to the whole conversation about systems, us creating systems so that the systems, because systems are, even though they are led by people, once the systems are working, the effort to maintain the system is not as much energy, right?
If somebody is not policing the systems to make it work, the systems will not, let's say...
They won't work on their own.
Exactly. You need people to police them to ensure they work. Now, if a first person comes, gets it right, the next person, the next person, the next person must also be able to let it run as they had inherited it and even make it better. The moment the ball is dropped, you are back at one. You know, the other places we see and we admire. Look at Ghanaians. When they go to the UK and the US, they go by the rules. Why is it that when they come back home, they don't go by the rules? You know, even if you go to the passport office and you're told you could get your passport in a week, and you're not necessarily traveling that you need it, Ghanaians will still call somebody and say, Charlie, do you know somebody at the passport office?
Meanwhile, they don't need it. There's no urgency
just
for
go
it.
by the
and
rules.
You will still find a way to circumvent.
This is the typical Ghanaian. Always wants to call somebody for a favor, even when you don't need it. So we have a lot of, work to do, unfortunately.
Well, the last one here says Ashanti Regional Minister rubbishes $507 million US dollar Kijitia market project.
Okay.
Despite 8 years of Kufour and in Otumfuo's involvement. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what he was saying regarding that.
Sure, you give us details.
Later.
Okay, let me take you to the Chronicle. Please promise tough security for December polls. Razak Kojo Opoko posts 24 questions for JDM to answer. And then Kufour to hand over 8 educational projects on Thursday. And Kufour urges Ghanaians to vote for Bawumia.
All right. So I'll take you to the Daily Guide. And on the front page of the Daily Guide, we have these headlines. So the District Assembly Common Fund exposes a Black West drip lies. 2 Chinese Ghanaian galamseyers trial ends. We have Veep mobbed at Kufour. We have vote for Bawumia. This is Kufour speaking. And December 7th elections will be peaceful. IGP is assuring us. Okay, so that's what we have for the from the Daily Guide.
Okay. The Ghanaian publisher, Afenyo Marken fires up NPPO. Our unity is our victory. A Black West hypocrisy exposed. NDC bought only 60 drip machines for 27.7 million euros. And then YEA transforming lives in Western region. And then it also has a picture of Dr. Bawumia with ex-President Kufour. It says Bawumia has skills to transform Ghana, says Kufour. And also still on the commissioning of educational projects across the country, it has a picture of Kufour there.
All right, the new publisher says, Afenyo Marken, we can't rely on only Ashanti region votes. Let's unite, work hard to win Central for NPP. We also have no wrong deals in DRIP. This is coming from the District Assembly Common Fund. Okay,
let me take you to the anchor. Mosquito stops NDC's MPs from going to Parliament as approval of 2025 budget, LI to revoke mining in forests, others in limbo. Still with the anchor, police declare Obuasi NDC youth wanted. And then, you are doomed forever if you don't vote for MPP, Methodist Church Bishop tells Ghanaians.
All right. The Republic Press says police has no side IGP assures ahead of 2024 elections. Asiedun Ketia draws battle lines, charges NDC MPs to boycott parliament. MPP condemns vicious attacks on Kufour. And we have over 80 educational projects to be commissioned this week. We also have court sets deadline for states to file witness statements in Bishop Shalifu Amako's trial. And finally, employment. I will create jobs for Ghanaians. Kwabena Andrews promises.
Okay. The Informer, IGP warns against violence, admonishes citizens to shun selfish politicians. Bawumia won't be divisive leader Kufour this election 2024. Still with the Informer, Mahama Boy insults Kufour PWDs for expressing view regarding Bawumia. And the Informer, Supreme Court ruling on vacant seats, stay away from Parliament, as Adrian Ketia tells NDC MPs. And Jospon speaks up at COP29, urges capacity development towards carbon financing.
All right, the custodian. So the custodian says President Kufour urges timely completion of Dome Ketase road project. Oh, so okay, that's the Dome Kwabenya to Ketase through Brekusu. All right. Chiefs commend IGP Dampare for transforming police service. We have Ashanti Region Falls for Bawumia, greeted with rousing welcome by enthusiastic crowds. Jospon Group steps up climate resilience efforts, and we have Kufour others to commission over 80 education projects. That's what we have on the front page of the Custodian.
Daily Analyst. EC burns ballot papers with errors. Fair Wages gets new office complex. And then Akosombo Dam spillage, 1,600 homes and 3,304 farms were destroyed. This according to a report. Still with the paper, the debt at National Security, Part 1. How coordinator attempted to sell residence to estate developer. Here's a picture of the National Security coordinator, Edward Kweku Asomeni. And then still with the paper, December polls, police will remain neutral and professional, IGP assures nation. And then finally with that paper, top police officer holds before PPSB over alleged destruction of property. All
right, the Inquisitor gives us these headlines. Not stopping at anything. Galamseyers invade Nuong Forest. Legitimate owners of concession overwhelmed. Atachia is speaking here. Supreme Court not an extension of Jubilee House. Napo's convoy not involved in an accident. Kojo Opoku asks JM 24 questions on 24-hour economy. YEA makes giant strides in employment creation at Western Region, and Mahama to restore people's trust in government. Opong Fosu speaking there.
Okay, let me take you to the Punch newspaper. I am number 2 on the ballot. Joanna Jan Kujo confirms. And finally, equality and justice are requisites for peace. General Mosquito there. All
right. I'll just give you one more, and then we can look at some details there. On a daybreak, Nuong Forest, Deputy Minister spotted in illegal mining. Okay. We have government commissions 80 educational projects this week. Police will be professional, says Dampare. $100,000 land fraud case. Klote Kole MPPC Ninoi fingered. And we have the 24 questions to Mahama's 24-hour economy. Razak Opoku writes.
Okay, finally from me, BNFT, rural banking, our locked up funds have been held too long. RCB's proposed reduction in corporate tax to 18%. And then telecom industry contributes over 9 billion Ghana cedis in taxes. And VCTF eyes $120 million by 2030 to sustain venture capital markets.
All right, now, so in the, let me just give you a bit of detail. The story in the Herald newspaper, which says here, it says Ashanti Regional Minister rubbishes the 507 million Kejetia market project despite 8 years of Kufour and Otumfuo involvement. The story is on page 5 of the paper, and it says here, after nearly 8 years in office, the Ashanti Regional Minister now sees the Kumasi Kejetia project constructed by the John Mahama administration as an ill-thought project, stating that the project did not solve any issues, but instead contributed to congestion in Kumasi. Now, Kejetia Market project constructed from the unsightly and unhygienic Kumasi Central Market, also known as the Kejetia Market, was carried out in 2 phases by the John Mahama and Kufour administrations at over 507 million US dollars. Had the support of Otumfuo Osei II II, the Asantehene, the Asantehene. Now, indeed, he was at the site and took part in the 2 sword cuttings and inaugurations, but Simon Mensah is quoted as saying in a yet-to-air exclusive interview on GH1 TV in Kumasi, so I'm saying this Kejetia project is ill-thought and needless because it did not include adequate space for car parking. That is why Edum has become a no-go area during peak business hours. He added that the design of the Central Market project, or Kejetia Phase 2, has been modified to avoid the current problems caused by the Kejetia Dubai project. Okay, so this is basically the story. The fact that it didn't, or rather it's created more congestion in the heart of Kumasi. Because
they didn't include a car park.
A car park.
But why would you build a market, of that size without a car park?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, where would people park to
yes.
get to the market?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I don't know. But is it too late to create one somewhere?
I'm sure they can create one somewhere.
They should just create one somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on. Let's move on with our lives.
Thank you.
Our locked-up funds have been held too long. This is rural banks speaking. The Association of Rural Banks have appealed to government to reduce corporate tax by rural and community banks as a special incentive to ensure the growth of the rural economy and the country at large. They are proposing a reduction from the existing 30% to between 15 and 18%. Also, the banks say that their cash have been held for too long. So according to the boss of the association, a cross-section of member banks have huge sums of money locked up by virtue of both the financial sector cleanup and backed upon by the government and the domestic debt exchange program. This, they lament, has negatively impacted the profitability of some of their members, making some banks unable to satisfy investor expectations. Well, this locked up funds thing is a very troubling one.
Yeah, it's dragged out for
too long. Yeah, for too long.
It's dragged out for way too long. All right, shall we remind viewers of the election website?
Yes, please, we should.
Yeah. So elections.citynewsroom.com is the website to go to for all your incredible information on the elections gone by, and of course the one that's coming up as well will find itself there on that portal too. So since 92, details, analysis, all of that is on the
So you
website.
can just go to the website,
Yes.
citynewsroom.com. There's a knob, and then you just press it.
Yeah.
So when you're there browsing, just go and press the knob, and then it will take you to these lovely data and analysis that we've provided for you.
Yeah. So it's easy, right? Just go to citynewsroom.com on the tabs at the top. Okay, the online, the tabs are at the very top of the page, citynewsroom.com. It's right there. The last tab is elections. Just click on it and it'll take you straight to this, all right? Well, sports is next.